Okay, real talk. Nobody tells you this. But the difference between being liked and being respected, it's not about how pretty you are, or how smart, or how many salad forks you can identify at a fancy dinner. It's not even about how successful you look on Instagram. It's social skills, but not in the smile more, be approachable kind of way. I'm talking about the elite kind, the kind of social finesse that makes people walk away thinking, who was that woman? I want to be her when I grow up, even if they're older than you. Happens to me all the time. So today, I'm breaking down the 5 social skills that, if you master them, will quietly move you into the top 1% of any room, without needing to fake anything or morph into someone you're not. No networking events, no awkward small talk hacks, and definitely no how to win friends stuff. I tried those. I was still weird at parties. Let's get into it. Number 1. Adaptability, the real power move. You want to know the one trait that keeps elite people at the top, even when the whole world is turning upside down? They adapt. They don't just survive chaos. They reshape themselves to stay relevant in it. Look at the royals. Not the fairy tale version, the real ones. There was a time when they were weighted on hand and foot, and the only job they had was waving slowly from a balcony. Now, they're out here doing PR damage control, running charitable foundations, showing up to climate conferences, and getting applause for being useful, because if they didn't evolve, people would have happily yeeted the monarchy into the history bin a long time ago. They're not staying elite because they're royal. They're staying elite because they learn to serve. Adaptability is how you justify privilege, or status, or success, or just being in the room. And you don't have to be born into Windsor Castle to get it. Maybe the new CEO is 20 years younger than you and thinks Slack messages count as team bonding. Maybe your job role changed overnight because someone high up read a Harvard Business Review article and decided agile was their new personality. Or maybe it's just that your entire friend group now lives gluten-free, and you're the only one who still dares to bring bread to brunch, and now they call you vintage. The point is, some people panic. They dig in, complain, freeze. Elite women, they read the room, adjust their posture, and find a way to still win under the new rules. Because here's the truth, the rules are always changing, and the people who stay ahead are the ones who never assumed the old ones would last forever. Elite isn't about holding on, it's about shifting with purpose. So yeah, if you ever show up to a dinner party and realize they've decided to make it a shoes-off house after you've worn your good tights, don't complain. Just smile, fold your coat over your bag, and pretend you totally meant to debut your pedicure. That's grace under pressure, that's adaptability, and that's how you stay in the game. Number 2, saying less, but making it count. Here's a wild thing no one tells you when you're growing up. You don't actually need to explain yourself to be understood. In fact, the more you over-explain, the more people tune out. Or worse, start questioning what you're even trying to say in the first place. It's like giving someone a full PowerPoint presentation when they only asked for the headline. Elite women don't talk more. They talk better. They don't rush to fill silences. They don't dump unnecessary backstory. They don't narrate their insecurities mid-conversation like it's a live podcast. They just say what matters and leave it there. So, I was at this small gathering a few months ago. You know, one of those wine and cheese nights where everyone's trying a little too hard to look effortless. There was this woman there, very vocal, let's call her Marina with opinions, who decided the topic of the night was relationships. She went around asking everyone if they were single, married, divorced, dating, situationshipped, like she was collecting data for a Netflix docuseries. When it got to me, I just smiled and said, I'm happily unavailable. That's it. No further context. No monologue. I didn't explain who or how long or why. Just left it there. The silence? Electric. Marina blinked. Someone coughed, and then a woman across the table literally whispered, I love that. And suddenly I was the mystery of the evening. That's the thing. You don't owe people access just because they asked a question out loud. When you say less, people pay more attention. When you don't fill in every gap, you create space for curiosity. And curiosity is where respect begins. It's the social version of a silk blouse. Understated, smooth, and way more powerful than it looks. So now, when I get those nosy or performative questions, I answer with one elegant sentence, and then I sip. Let the silence do the rest. Because if you want to sound elite, you don't need to say more. You just need to say it like you meant it. Number 3, verbal precision, words that feel like velvet, or a razor blade. You ever watch someone say exactly the right thing, at exactly the right time, and the whole room shifts? That's verbal precision. Someone would say something sharp or rude. I'd freeze, smile politely, brain spinning like a dial-up modem. Then 3 hours later, or more accurately, at 3 a.m., while brushing my teeth, I'd suddenly come up with 20 brilliant responses, all smart, all classy, all tragically too late. By morning, I'd already re-scripted the entire conversation in my head, like a deleted scene from a movie no one asked for. Then, I saw a woman at a dinner party do it perfectly. A man had made one of those snide, low-effort remarks. Well, I guess not everyone's cut out for parenting. And instead of reacting or defending herself, she tilted her head, smiled softly, and said, "Luckily, I'm not looking for approval." She didn't raise her voice. She didn't flinch. And just like that, the moment turned. Not with drama, but with power. That's the magic of verbal precision. It's not reactive, it's composed. It's surgical when needed, and graceful when it counts. And it's not just for shutting people down, it's just as vital in warmth. A sincere, "You did a beautiful job on this" carries 10 times the weight of "OMG, I love it so much." When you speak intentionally, even your compliments land deeper. They feel personal, earned, remembered. Because whether you're offering comfort, drawing a line, or defending your peace, a woman who knows how to say less and mean more, that's a woman you do not underestimate. Number 4, the compliment pivot. This one's subtle, but so powerful once you master it. We've all been taught how to give compliments, but no one really teaches you how to receive one without turning it into something weird. You know what I mean? Someone says, "You look amazing today," and you instantly go, "Oh my gosh, no, I'm a mess, I barely slept. And this dress is ancient." But here's the problem. When you deflect a compliment, it does 2 things. 1, it disrespects the complimenter. You're basically rejecting their opinion. And 2, it makes you look insecure, even if that wasn't your intention. Elite women do something different. They accept the compliment with ease and then pivot it. Not to dismiss it, not to give one back like a polite tennis match, but to elevate the moment and the other person. One woman I know does this so effortlessly. It's like an art form. I once told her her presentation was flawless, and she just smiled and said, "That means a lot coming from you. You always ask the sharpest questions." I walked away feeling 10 feet tall, even though I had complimented her. That's the genius of the compliment pivot. It's not about being fake or polite. It's about being generous without shrinking, and classy without effort. Number 5, generosity. Not the wallet kind, the emotional kind. We live in a world where everyone's hoarding their energy. Protect your peace. Don't overextend. Say no more often. And yes, boundaries are important, but generosity? That's rare and unforgettable. I mean generosity of spirit. You don't have to be a golden retriever about it, bouncing around asking everyone if they're okay. It's more like noticing, softly, genuinely, without expectation, pulling someone into the group conversation if they're hanging back, dropping a "thinking of you" message on a Tuesday just because, offering encouragement without making it a motivational speech. And here's the secret. People remember that kind of presence. Even if they don't say it out loud, they'll think, "She sees me, I feel safe with her." And they'll want to keep you around. Not because you're the loudest or flashiest or most impressive, but because when people feel better around you than they did before you walked in, that's rare. That's elite. And the best part? You didn't have to spend a dime. So yeah, none of these skills require you to become a different person. You don't need to be loud or extroverted or on all the time. You just need awareness. A little flexibility here, a little silence there, a phrase that lands just right, a compliment that uplifts, a moment of generosity when it's least expected. The goal isn't to impress people. It's to leave a trail of intrigue and kindness behind you, like a woman who knows her worth and doesn't need to announce it. Which of these 5 felt the most you? And which one made you go, "Okay, I need to work on that"? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know which one hit home. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, stay classy. Manners matters.